Good morning and welcome to the Idea Ladies. We're going to do something a little different today. My name is Carrie and usually Janine is here with us, but she is drinking tequila in Mexico. So I have invited a very special friend. I'd like to introduce you to Mark Braun.
Hello.
Good morning. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for asking.
Normally Neve is here, as well. So if you're there, please say good morning. And if you have any questions, Neve will holler them back at us. But we're going to change things up a little bit today. We at The Passionate Home are all about creating a beautiful life through home, fashion, and inspiration. But it also, creating a beautiful life is about surrounding yourself with wonderful people. Oh my God.
Don't start already.
And I had the opportunity to meet Mark probably, how many years ago?
11 years ago.
11 years ago.
Yeah.
And he helps me create a beautiful life. So I've invited you here today to, first of all, tell you about how we met. Now, we actually met on a reality TV show. Yeah. Do you want to tell the story or?
Oh, well, sure. I love talking about us.
Myself.
Yeah, we did. We met through the Oprah Winfrey Network. We used to be neighbors, like literally 3 doors down from each other, and
we didn't even know each other at that time.
No.
Yeah.
And we both signed up for this TV show that we didn't know anything about it. Like
we didn't either.
Really, what it was going to be about or anything, and it ended up being an amazing experience where, again, you meet these amazing people who live doors down from you, and I think that's probably the best thing that came out of the show was our friendship, because I'm not sure if our paths would have fully crossed ever. That's
the funny thing is, and especially during COVID, nobody's getting out,
Yeah.
but literally Mark lived 4 doors down, and we had never spoken. We were passed on the street, didn't even know he was there. And it means you really do got to get out of your house and meet people.
Right.
But we did meet through this reality TV show called The $1 Million Neighborhood. I don't know, has anybody heard of it? Did anybody watch it? Mark was quite famous, actually.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm a star.
So what the show was is there was one neighborhood, which was Aldergrove.
Yeah.
100 families involved. And the object of the show was to raise our collective net worth by $1 million.
Yeah.
Through a series of challenges. So over months, we did all these different challenges together.
Yeah.
And I've just taken over.
No, that's what happens. Ding.
Usually when we get together, we have an egg timer, so we can both keep track of how much time we spend.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to tell the story of how I first saw you.
Okay. Oh, here it is.
So we were doing a challenge. And one of the challenges was to write, because nobody knew each other. You had to write on a chalkboard what you did, and then you'd go around and sign up for what you would like somebody to do for you. So does that make sense?
Yep.
So if you're a plumber, you'd write plumber, and then you could walk around and write your name underneath plumber if you needed plumbing done. So I was walking around to see what everybody did in the neighborhood, these 100 people, and one of them said interior decorating. And I'm like, I'm looking around the room, because that was my thing I was going to put. That's what I was going to offer for free. And someone said, oh, his name's Mark. And I'm like, who's Mark? And then across the room, I saw him, and I'm like, ooh. That's what I do. Oh, that guy's handsome. That's what I do. So I went over and I introduced myself, and do you remember this?
I do, because the host at the time, he dragged me over on the way to meet you. You came up to us.
Okay.
And you're like, this is Carrie, and she also does home decor. And instantly I was like, oh, wow. And like, I didn't think there was anybody else in Aldergrove who did that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, we met, and then we just like knew instantly, like I did anyway. I'm like, this is somebody who we're going to be friends, and we're going to get along in this show, and we're going to spend some time together. And then throughout the show later, there was an actual design challenge.
There was.
Where we redid a whole home, so we got to spend an immense amount of time together over that week, and it was wonderful.
So that particular project, do we have any friends with us this morning, Eve?
Oh, we have so many friends.
Do
with
we?
us this
Oh,
morning.
good.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of the one of the challenges was to redo like an extreme home repair, and that's really where we bonded, because you are who you hang out with. You have similarities. We both love home decor. I introduced Mark to chalk paint.
Yes.
Hello, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
And we redid, with a team of other people, this house.
Yes.
And we just had so much fun doing it. So I encourage you to get out and see who your neighbors are, because you never know where you're going to hit off, or what you're going to have in common, and that sort of thing.
And it's amazing to think that your like potential best friend as you get older in life, because I find that you're more picky about like who you want to spend your time with and who you're willing
Lots
to.
of people want to spend their time with me.
Well, I know. I'm saying I'm more picky. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to. If I'm going to be time away from my family, I want that time to be important. I want it to be valuable, and
time
to find that. Yeah, and you're just
living.
living.
Your most precious. Yeah,
and it's amazing to think that you were living down the road for, we were already there for a year or so before we met.
Yeah.
And, wasted time, of course, but we've made up for it, I think.
So during that, and then after the show, we just really kept in touch. Mm-hmm. And then we started doing lots of volunteer projects, extreme home repairs through AOK, through Life App, where we've gone into people's homes and just put our talents and what we love to do to work for free. Yeah. But then we got to spend time together. Yeah. So it's kind of win-win-win all around. So
when you find somebody has shared values like that too, who wants to give up their time for charity, for volunteering, that's something that's really important to me, especially as I've gotten older. I find that I want to volunteer more. I want to give back to the community and back to people.
Well, we're hiring.
So, I know, but you won't let me answer my phone during work time, so I can't help.
Actually, for those of you who've followed us for quite some time, you may have already met Mark, because he's worked here at the store. Yeah. You did our home decor consultations. You've worked shows like the Fraser Valley Women's Expo, Arts Alive, and lots of things for us, right?
Mm-hmm. I've been here for like workshops where the
workshops we did together. That's right, wine and sign.
Yeah, wine and sign.
Whenever we can get wine involved with what we do is a good thing.
100%.
Yeah. Some of those, maybe I shouldn't say, but some of those volunteer projects, we had little sippy cups of wine. Just
they're late nights.
They are.
You got to get through it.
And why don't you talk about one of the biggest opportunities that we've done together? Do you want me to tell you what it is, or do you
I know what it is. Oh. Yeah, I know what it is. I think we've been knowing each other for about maybe 3 years before we did that project.
I don't know.
It was early in our friendship, and you were gracious enough to invite me to help with Forever Yours Lingerie.
Yes.
And we redid their store in basically its entirety.
1 week.
Yeah.
1 week.
But, it was a long lead up too, right? We spent a good 6 or 7 months, or was it a year?
It was a year.
It was a year, yeah.
It was a year from the time we had the opportunity and we started planning it.
Right.
And we knew that we'd only have a week. The store had to close for a week and everything had to be done. So that was a lot of planning.
It was.
But every project we've done has been with a timeline.
Yeah.
So it's just like those reality TV shows. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because we met on a reality TV show. We've just been living in reality TV ever since.
How we live our lives. It was amazing, though. I mean, like, to do something like that from start to finish, and like we have such different styles. I think that's why when we work together on a project, it works so well, because you'll say, "How about this?" and then I'll say, "How about this?" and then it makes this other thing happen. Yeah. That's like a different style out of both of our comfort zones, and it forces us to research and learn.
Often I'm a very French country, and I'm like, I think everything should be, well, not white. I'm not Janine.
No,
but
not quite.
Neutrals. I'm very safe, and I see things a certain way. And then when I met Mark, he's like, he's seeing it differently, a little more colorful. And I'm like, yeah. So, as you talk to other people, it opens up a whole world of opportunities. Are we doing okay?
We're doing good. Teresa asked, have any of you had any formal training in interior design?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Do you?
No.
No. I used to decorate my room when I was a little girl. Does that count? I think it's just something that just came to me, and I just love to do it, and hence the business I have today.
I think that lots of projects have come our way because we don't. And not to say that I think some people see that, we've often sold each other.
When you're good, you're good.
No, but it's true. But when you're trying to explain something to somebody and you're like, I'm not going to put this in an AutoCAD, you're not going to have, but visually you're going to get it. And I'm going to get you there by showing you 3 samples, and we're going to take good, better, best, and you work your way down that way. I think that's just how I work. I guess, yeah, I just think that means something to some people, right?
Well, and the other project that we've done together, we sit down and talk to people and really understand what they want.
Yeah.
And try to serve that. So.
Yeah, I mean, we spent like hours sitting with Sonia or shopping with Sonia, going to the stores. What
shopping
do you
with
like
Sonia's
here?
money.
It is pretty fun. It's always easier when somebody else brings out the card at the end. But that time spent with the client, that one-on-one personal time, because it's not just showing up saying, here's how I want your room to be. This is what I envision for it. It's let's work on it together.
Did you have another question?
Royce. Often when you don't have formal training, you speak the language they speak instead of industry speak.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, you're not living in the box, right? You're living in the world. It's not just a certain rule. Even though if you are trained, I'm sure you're absolutely wonderful as well.
100%. Yeah. Certain projects you need that. Like, if you're doing a massive building or, an install in an industrial or whatever.
Well, talking about massive building, Mark was such a huge part of moving into this building, because when we met, I was over there, right?
Yeah.
And then if it weren't for you and Mike putting up that huge Passionate Home clock, if you've been here, that huge clock on the wall, and you've been such a support through all of my business, which brings me to chalk paint.
Yeah.
Because, tell us what you've chalk painted in your home.
Oh, chalk painted. Every room has something chalk painted. Like, seriously. No, we've become obviously huge fans of, and before the chalk paint, like, of the store. Like, I can remember walking into the store, not knowing it was your store, years before we probably met each other.
Really?
And, I mean, my mom and I have walked into the store when it was over there, and because it's very, her style as well.
Yeah.
And not really knowing, like, how do you get, like, I just assumed, those pieces are super old and that's the way they came. You didn't know. And now I have chalk painted my bathroom cabinets, the surround around the bathroom, my entire kitchen, hutches, desks, armoires, buffets, you name it. We've chalk painted a lot of stuff over the years, and that we still have in our home that we love. Like, some of our favorite pieces are just pieces we've chalk painted. And that was definitely not our style when we first met.
Well, that's true.
Very modern, very
modern. Yeah. The great thing about that paint is about chalk paint is that it can be all different styles, right? And you can really manipulate it to be whatever it is that you'd like.
Yeah, some of the pieces in our house are just like washes that look like stain on some of like Tristan's pieces and my son, and some of them are painted solid and just perfect, and some of them are distressed, and some of them have dark wax. So it's such a versatile paint. I can't talk enough about it. I love the paint.
Well, and it was you who actually introduced me to the idea of using an electric buffer on your kitchen cabinet?
Yeah, cabinets.
And I'm like, holy crap, that's amazing.
It gives such a nice, shine, like a real shine to it.
Beautiful.
Plus it saves your arms a ton of work.
And I think, was it you who also gave me the tip about blow drying a hard wax brush?
Yeah.
Was that to soften it if you let it get hard?
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, now I tell everyone. So there's a tip.
That was my idea, not hers.
So when we met, this show that we were on, the $1 Million Neighborhood, ended up being aired on the Oprah Winfrey Network.
Yes.
So that's how we now tell everyone that Oprah introduced us, kind of.
Although we still haven't met Oprah.
I did go to Oprah Live once.
Oh, did you?
And I wore a shirt that said Oprah as seen on, I don't know what it said, as seen on TV, or
That's hilarious.
It's me or something, but she didn't see me.
That's funny. I wonder why.
Maybe she'll see us now.
Yeah, hi Oprah.
Hi, remember?
Come hang out. Listen, next week, guess we have another special guest next week. Maybe it will be, no, just kidding.
Oh.
Maybe it'll be Oprah.
I'm like, I think I do know who it is, but I can't say. So I wrote a whole bunch of things down because I wanted to make sure that we've done so many projects together. I think we've covered, well, we don't want to go into great depth because nobody wants to hear all the great stuff.
We could be here a while. We could be here a while. But it's true that you find passion, like your motto of creating a beautiful life is so much more than walking into your store and buying something that's pretty, which you can do. But I don't think that's what you do at the store. You spend time with your customers. You you really do want them to be like just as excited about the purchase of the thing that they're taking from your store as you were to bring it into the store. Because I've watched you like bring things in. You're like, oh my God, where can I put this in my house? I'm like, no, you should sell that. It's not a good business model. But yeah, I love that. And I'm, obviously immensely proud, and I'm excited
and that's why we're friends.
Yeah, I'm excited to celebrate your birthday.
That's right.
Yeah.
Next week? This week? What day is this? Friday. Next week.
Yeah, next week.
On Thursday. We are turning 16.
Yeah.
So the business has been in Downtown Langley for 16 years. We are celebrating with a Sweet 16 party on Thursday. You must RSVP from 6 to 8. We have got cider from Fraser Valley Cidery. We have prizes and gift bags for the first group of people who have RSVP'd. We have live music. We have Mark serving.
Yes.
Cake, birthday cake. We've got specials. We're giving away 3 Sid Dickens tiles, $150 worth of Cream Fashion, $100 of Downtown dollars, and I don't even know what else because Janine's not here and she usually keeps me organized. Yeah. Anything else, Neve? Are we good?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Mark, for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And being in my circle and my tribe.
Thank you.
So you guys, get out, meet your neighbors. You never know who you're going to meet. And stay safe. Have a great day. And we will see you soon. Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It's not wine.
No, promise.